Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of how to tape and mud drywall joints, or mud and tape, how to tape the joints it's called sometimes. First part of our video we talked about how to do beveled joints and how to do sanding, dustless sanding actually. There's a link at the end of the show to watch the first show, or there's a link right below here as well. This is part 2. We're going to be talking about butt joints and corners. So to do an inside corner like this, we're going to use paper tape. I like to use fiber tape on regular joints. Corners, I like inside corners, I like to use paper tape. And it has a built-in crease in it here. You can see that. You can just pinch it like this and it creases like that. Nice, huh? So we're gonna put that crease in there. You want to make this the length of your corner. And then this is one of those controversial tape joining things. I like to moisten the paper tape a little bit. I just like it to be a little wet like that. This is our sponge, our magic sponge. The other tool we're going to use is a corner knife. These aren't cheap, they're not real expensive, but they're a time saver and a labor saver. So go buy one or borrow one. Maybe one of your friends has this because you use it maybe once every 5 years, okay? Corner tool, really nice. Okay, we have our joint compound. Again, it's the consistency of like cupcake frosting or really thick mayonnaise maybe. But we're gonna, essentially like with bricklaying, we're gonna butter the joint. So we're gonna put it on both sides of the corner, like that. And then we're gonna take our paper tape and lay it in. By the way, I like these gloves when I'm working with this. And then I'm gonna add some more mud on top of that joint. I might have put a little too much mud below the tape. So there you go. Probably should have put a little less on the first base coat. You lay this in, press in, hold it at an angle, and go down like that. I took off quite a bit. After this first pass, you can go back and just knock down that edge. This is what's called an outside corner. That is an inside corner. We talked about that with the tape. Outside corners, I like to use metal corner bead. It's held in, well, somewhere here, are some drywall screws. Not too many. You want them as flat as you can get them. I like this because if you ding into this with the vacuum or your dog or moving furniture, it's metal. And this gets painted and it goes white or whatever color your wall is. But if you just use paper here, it would crack and you'd have joint compound and you'd have to do a repair. The metal is more resilient. So this stuff comes in like 10-foot lengths. It's really sharp edges, okay? Be careful. Learn from me. So I want to do a side shot here to kind of show you how this works. I don't know if it'll work in the camera, we'll find out. Bring this up. Put on more than you think you need, it's always okay. The cool thing about joint compound is you can always redo it. If it doesn't look right, you can pull it off and do over. It's kind of like with, there's a big, what's that called, the undo button on your computer? Joint compound has a big undo button, all right? Clean blade. Pull this up and over. We'll just pull it up. And this stuff on the side, just scoop it off. The really small stuff, when it dries, you can just knock it down. See how it just covers right up those drywall screws that are in there? And you just take your blade, and again, one part of your blade rests right on the metal edge there. Clean your blade, and you can fix this little extra part here. Just kind of favor, you want to feather this, so pressure on the sheetrock side and just angle it slightly, like that. Corners, pretty straightforward with that corner tool there. Butt joints is another story. This is typical here. We had some existing sheetrock, we added new sheetrock, and you and your friends maybe didn't get it perfect. You know, the ideal is they line up like this, but it might have been a little off like that. You get the idea here. So we want to make this a little more accepting. So we're going to do a little trick I've learned, and that is to cut a bevel. Much like the sheetrock ends are pressed in a little bit, we're going to cut a little bevel in here. You want to get the sharpest blade you have, utility knife. These are a little less reliable. These don't slip as much. But we're going to cut these edges, and we're going to cut an angle on them. So we have a really sharp blade. So instead of having these hard right angles here, we've cut this bevel, so it's going to be a little smoother going across. So I'm going to lay in some mud in there. Doesn't have to be beautiful. And then I'm going to lay in this tape. And I'm going to lay some more mud on top. And that's our first coat. So here's our butt joint. We did the bevel on and we put the fiber tape in. It's going to knock down the high points here. So for our additional coats, we go beyond the feather. You know, we went from here to here. Now we're going to go from here to here. So we bring up more junk. Take out the junk and throw it away. And bring our blade up.
So there you go. To find out how to finish and sand these joints, see our other drywall videos. The link is right below in the show notes here. And if you like what you're seeing here, we put out videos every week. Please consider subscribing. Thank you.